We're back. That's right. Tuesday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Chateau Desmar Hill Studio. You know where I be in Indianers and all. Man, we are in for a treat tonight, and I saw that the chat was already getting popping. We got Peppy, we got Jimmy, we got Brad, we got who else? I saw somebody else in there. Grover Washington, whoever that is. Is that like an ex-president? I'm confused. I need to catch up the squatting on his channel. Yeah, they are squatting for sure. Not we call those the sit down and pee people. The squatters. Man, what a day. What a last couple of days. Ducky in the chat, let's go. What a crazy 2 days. We had I'm not even going to talk about Andy Zay today. I probably should. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm sure we got time. Let me pull up his mic case because this is kind of bananas. All right. So what do we have yesterday? We had the Copenhagen thing. I was watching most of that. I know Rob talked about a little bit. Luke in the chat, let's go. Larry in the chat, let's go. My two favorite libertarians. Yeah, Base Lomax has entered the chat, and so. Yesterday we had the Copenhagen Deary vote, and I was watching it live. And when I heard the first ballot get rejected for Deary, I'm like, oh snap, we might have a chance here, boys. Now I know a lot of you got excited about that, including yours truly. Hey, don't get me wrong, I was bricked up the whole time when I saw that Copenhagen was going to win by 3 votes. At the same time, I also understand the reality of how hard it is going to finish the whole process where she will be on the general ballot come November, because I think they're basically out of time. I thought they were already past the expiration date to get on the general ballot, the November ballot. I don't know. I was talking to a lawyer about it yesterday, about the whole situation, and I mean, it's got to be a close one, folks. I'm not very confident of it. However, if anybody can pull it off, it's going to be them. So yeah, if we get time, we'll talk about this. But I did want to bring this up. Mike Braun is a stone cold killer. This was the letter. I've always been wondering, what did he say? How did Andy Zay get fired? Exactly. Drew in the chat, let's go. What kind of letter did Andy Zay get? Or was it like a handshake and say, hey, you know what? Here's a fruit basket. Thanks for 5 months of work that you were here for, or 7 months, whatever it was. Yeah, that guy was a commissioner longer than I was the chair. So maybe we'll talk about that tonight. Probably not, though. I'll be on Kendall's show tomorrow, and we're going to talk about it. And that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be there. So anyway, Andy Zay gets a letter from Braun. Hey, pursuant to this Indiana code, I am removing you as a member of the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commissions, effective immediately. Sincerely, Mike Braun. And then there were, here's a Marion County resident. What is your raw feeling of the marriage? Oh, dude, we're going to talk about that tonight. I was in the room when it happened. Dude, I swear to God, I thought I was going to have to strap dynamite to myself and scream out Allah Akbar after they overrid the veto. Not literally, of course. Kind of nonsense. You never know. Hey, Brad, don't be so sure of that, okay? Don't be so sure of that. All right. So anyway, let me start from the beginning. We'll get to that for sure. So it has come to my attention that a lot of people want to see me fail. It has come to my attention that some people want to hold me back from rising above, basically. So I was getting some information, getting some, I don't know, not criticism, but I guess quote unquote advice. And they were telling me about this post. Oh, you're not all your posts are doing well. Steve in the chat, let's go. And it would particularly this one, because last night, if you guys don't know, Hogsett released the 2027 budget, and I have it right. Oh, that's not it. Here? No, that's not it. Here. And I went through it real quick. I was like, all right, there's two offices I want to see how much they're spending money on. The Office of Minority Women in Business Development and the office and the DEI office, which is that Benjamin Tapper dude who hates the police. So I was like, I think that's going to be over $2 million. That's $2 million that we could take away from that department. And I know there's some like legality involved with that. Just put one person in there, have him ghost, pay him $50,000. That's $100,000 out of a $2 billion budget. No big deal. However, so I read through the description of it, and I was like, listen, if I'm mayor, these are the two departments I'm getting rid of first, and it would be those two. Explained it, and it was like, this is $2.3 million. Funny enough, though, I thought this was interesting. They've actually gotten less money. The Minority of Women to Business Development has actually gotten a little bit less money than basically like back in 2024. It's been fluctuating a little bit. Last year was 1.2. This year is 1.4. And then the DEI office started off at, I think it was actually 2022. I'd like to know where they started off at. I thought it was like $100,000. If that's what I thought it was. I'd have to go back and look at it. So in 2024, they were making just over $500,000. This year they're making at 900,000, but the last 2 years they were making they had over $1 million. And so what they found was the other services and charges, they went $200,000 below. That's what it was. And so, you know who was going to be in the chat or going to be in the comments. And the person that was telling me about this too was like, hey, maybe not all your posts are doing that well and you should watch out. I'm like, all right, like what post? Polly in the chat, Tommy in the chat, let's go. Johnny Schmidt's in the chat. And it was like, oh, like the one about this one particular. Like, all right, so I'm going to go over there and look at it because I want to know, are the people that are making fun of the post or giving me crap about the post, are they the ones that I would ever take advice from? Are they shit libs is what I want to know. Because if I'm going to get crapped on by someone that apparently is trying to, or in my opinion now, is trying to hold me back from putting out the truth or starting shit or even doing a little trolling. Hey, it's called we do a little trolling, okay? I want to know who is talking crap in the comments and should I care? So here we go. When you are the mayor. All right, let's look at this guy real quick. What's Caterpillar Unibrow? Do I give a damn what this clown thinks about me? Spoiler alert, I don't. All right, let's look at the next guy. Right here. When I'm there. Yeah, sure, bud. All right. Let's see what this creepy dick broom looking dude. Oh my God, is that Gabe? Is this white person Gabe right now? Do you think that I'm going to care what this clown thinks about me? Spoiler alert, no. Again. And I think there's one more. You think I'm going to care what this guy who has a Ukraine symbol on his profile pic? Do you think I'm going to care? No, I don't. Hold on. I want to see what this guy. Hold on. Wait. Yeah. Look at cool guy Jim over here. Look at Iron Maiden, huh? Iron Maiden in the kitchen, maybe. And then I think there's one more. I mean, with you deleting that part of the budget, I would love people. But no, that's not it. Where is it? I thought personal service really. There's one more person. I don't know where they are though. But here it is. This person right here. This little freak right here. This clown, this James Seniac looking but fatter version right here. You think I'm going to care what this clown has to say about me? I don't. You think I'm going to care? It's like, oh, rip this dude who was trying to prevent an illegal getting deported? I think not. Another socialist wannabe? I think not. So, Spiro in the chat, let's go. So the people, again, trying to prevent me from elevating, the same people that are trying to hold me back. I will not stand for that. I was getting so worked up earlier too, thinking about this, the beginning of the show. And I was like, you know what? I can't even get people to go onto the Facebook and give me a good try and increase the percentage on here at 34%. I should just delete Indie Reporter on Facebook and Twitter, or just Facebook, even though I'm killing it right now on Facebook. Go become maybe I should go join the Ballard Boomer Brigade. Maybe I should go be in a Boomer echo chamber. Maybe that's what people want. The people start trying to hold me back. Maybe I should just be a shill. Maybe I should be Mexican Abu. Maybe that's what people want of Indie Reporter, right? To be a shit lib. Maybe that's what it is. I will not stand for that. I think not. We will rise above than anybody else. There are no handcuffs here. I will not be prevented of what I want to say and want to do. Fuck. God. I'm just so tired of people trying to hold me back. Dealt with this last year. Dealt with it the year before. I know the handcuffs that I had. Listen, in case you guys didn't know, I was holding back before. And now that I'm kicked out of chair, not the party, like some morons or some Indians are claiming, not kicked out of the party, kicked out of the chair, and replaced with a dude who couldn't even get 100 votes in 2019. But this is the thing, though. People want me to delete the Facebook. They want to prevent me. They want to hold me back. They want to hold Indie Reporter back. Can't have it. Not going to have it. Anyway, moving on. So Joe Yoakum, I know you guys don't know this guy. I didn't know who he was either until about 20 minutes ago. Apparently, the Indiana Democrat Party totally goofed up his paperwork. Oh, yeah, and before, you know what I'm really thinking about doing? Changing my phone number, deleting both Indie Reporter accounts, and going under a rock to finish the house and opening up a liquor store in New Hampshire. I was getting a pup cup and some ice cream today before the show started. And I was like, you know what I should do? I should just bail. Hey, you know how I make sure that I never get held back again? Leave. That's what I should do. I should just leave. Anyway, speaking of boomers. State Senate District 39, this guy, Joe Yoakum, apparently he was the mayor of Vincennes. I do not know anything about this guy. Yeah, my role is mayor of Vincennes right there. Apparently, according to his Facebook post from a few hours ago, the Indems will messed up, and he will not be on the ballot against, who is it going to be? Jeff Ellington. All right, so if you guys don't know, Jeff Ellington beat... Christy Risk. It was an open seat for what's that goofy guy's name? Freaking starts with a B. I forgot what his name was. Who was it? Crap. Why do they have House Rep? Dude, it's Senate, motherfreaker. Anyway, he was supposed God, why can't I remember? Eric Bassler. I think he was replacing Eric Bassler's that three-way race between Ellington, Risk, and Bucci. And then maybe or maybe not the Twitter post, the tree company guy. Oh, he owns a tree company guy or a tree company dude? That's interesting. Dude looks yoked up as crazy too. But anyway, he was supposed to go against Joseph Bogman. If you guys don't remember Joseph Bogman, we had made a post on Indie Reporter about him having the 86-47 on his Facebook post back in April. And so come to find out, he eventually stepped out. And apparently, which I did not know about this, but Joe Yoakum replaced his spot. And because Indems goofed up his paperwork, it looks like Jeff Ellington slides right in. I don't know if they have enough time to actually, tree people are normally yoked up. Usually they have like Popeye arms. They're like chimpanzee arms, basically. Wait, what is that? Procedural filing issue equals, hold on, you guys reading the comments is code 4, I don't have state support. The blame lies with the 8th district chair. He and his staff made an egregious error. Or maybe it wasn't an error, only investigation would tell. Callie in the chat, let's go. Yeah, a little slight troublemaker. Yeah. I'm waiting on an email. I'm waiting on a call back from the lawyer. I am proceeding with that, by the way. All right, so it appears Jeff Ellington will be the new state senator. I'm only saying that because I don't know what the rules are for somebody to get back on the ballot. Do they have enough time? They got to file the paperwork. I thought it all expired. That's the thing. Like, that's why I was talking about the Copenhagen Dairy thing. I thought it all expired. I thought they didn't have time left. So, I don't know. Guess we'll see. Boom, boom, boom. All right, real quick, too. Oh, okay. Ellington tree guy, huh? Interesting. I have not seen the transcript of the deposition yet. I'm waiting for that. I'm sure it's going to be glorious. I will be reposting it. I need Haas's one to go through quickly, so mine will go through quickly. So anyway, I wanted to bring this part up too. I'm sure you guys, Spencer Pistol is a shot. That I'm telling you, he does in the Independent Party, in the Green Party. I'm telling you, Pratt does it for me. If you guys saw this report yesterday, former BMV employees allegedly paid to fake more than 300 written tests, allowing people to get permits. Now, come to find out, it's two fat black women, Gabrielle Pira and Winters Van Dyke. So I looked up their My Case. They have had an issue. This one lady, if this is the same, which I'm assuming, the same Gabrielle Prairie. Yeah, we should do a audio book on it, Drew. Gabriel Perry has problems with civil collection from earlier this year and the smallest claims court back in 2020. Also, Winter Van Dyke, she has a much deeper history when it comes to that. Civil collection, eviction, small claims court, juvenile paternity. Same thing with this lady, Gabrielle Perry. Actually has two of them. I don't know why there are two of them, but of Juan D. Moore II. So, baby daddy problems. Hate to see it. Took me 2 times. But anyway, so over 300. And here's the funny part. One of them, they were talking about how, many of the customers getting the fabricated test had already failed a written test in other languages. Many of the customers in question, according to court documents, were known to speak English as a second language, and employees became suspicious. And then they had one about the Haitians. Yeah, both of the individuals are from Haiti, and they said they needed a driver's license when someone at the work told them they could call Patrick and get a license for $500. So now you have all these people on the road who don't know how to speak English that well, can't do the written test. Here's the weird part. If you guys didn't know, driver's license, language. There are, right here. The Indiana BMV offers the driver's written exam in 19 languages. If you guys did not know that, that is 18 too many, and including sign language. Dude, you know what the worst thing would be? To have a deaf person driving. A blind person would be worse, but a deaf person is allowed. I'm the right chat now. What's popping, good people? I see you. Dude, I know you can't see me. I mean, it's Facebook. I can see you. But you have 19 different languages that you can take the written test in. 18 too many, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the American Sign Language, but at least they're not blind. What I don't like, though, is that the horn, right? If you're behind this guy who's deaf and you're honking the horn, you're like, get out of the way. You're doing the speed limit in the left lane. And then it doesn't happen. I can't read trucks use left lane. Yeah, dude, it's so bad right now. Luke, it is so bad. I know we always talk about it, I've never seen it this bad. Dude, it is terrible, especially on Rockville where I am. I go to Culver's, right? It's true. That's true too, Grover. And we have all these Mexicans. Listen, if you're non-white, you're Mexican. I don't care if you're from Guatemala. I don't care if you're Honduran. Wait, you're Mexican? Yeah, you're Mexican. You have all these Mexicans and Haitians that are constantly driving on the left, and they were doing the speed limit. No, I don't get food. I get their little ice cream thing. Because Dairy Queen is literally the exact same price for the same size cup. But I like the Culver's because it doesn't melt as fast. It's probably full of plastic, but what are you going to do? I know they are. Yeah, it's a problem, Brad. It's a problem when there's so many people speaking Mexican. I need someone who speaks American, not Mexican, American. Anyway. So yeah. Good luck out there. Sorry, winner. All right, let's talk about what happened at the city council meeting last night. I don't even like driving on the highway. Dude, it's bad. I have to take the highway multiple times a day. And whenever I see like a magnetic sticker on a semi-truck, I'm hopping out my phone and I'm taking a picture and just like, haha, I knew it. Dangerous. The lemon drop, huh? What is the lemon drop? Oh, for Culver's? Or is it an ice cream joint? You know, I found out Anderson's not that far from me because I went to Uranus like 2 months ago. It's only like 30, 45 minutes from me. It's not that bad. All right. Let's focus, though. I went to like I do every month, I went to the city council meeting, and there were a bunch of things that were happening. You had the data center moratorium people. You had the wheel tax people. You had the Boss Hog Set union people that were there to support him. I got there early. All right. I got there with like 45 minutes to spare. I picked a good spot and right in the corner where I belong, because the only person who puts Whitty in the corner is Whitty. So I didn't know what to expect. The whole thing, I will give credit to, also the king was there. Larry Vaughn was there. That's right. Larry was, you taking too long. Yeah, it could. Maybe, Brad, maybe. Sometimes I feel degenerate. And so Larry Vaughn was like 2 feet away from me. I was like, what signs do you have today, Larry? And he's like, here, let me show you. And then Tyler was sitting right next to me. He's like, you might want to be careful with some of those signs. We have children in there. And he's like, they're going to figure it out eventually. And then like the children show up because they're at the bathroom with their mom. And he's just like, oh, damn, you were actually serious. And he walks away. There was no public comment either. I'm looking forward to future meetings, because right now what's happening is the budget. The city county budget went up about another $200 million. It's like 190 million, I think, went up. I know, dude, Larry is a trip, and he's running for mayor. I absolutely love that. Now that I don't have to worry about running for office or helping other people run for office, I am going to literally help Larry Vaughn run for mayor. Dude, it's the best. I will vote for a Hawkset if he runs, because I know what'll happen if Hunley or Vop get in there. All right, so then everybody, I will give credit to Maggie Lewis. She runs a tight ship. When Vop was running it, you never knew what time it was going to start. Maggie Lewis starts at 7 o'clock. I love it. It's like the only thing that I like about her is that she's very punctual. So how many city councilors do you have? 25 city council members. There are only 5 Republicans right now, because one of them had to step down to join the IURC, which was Josh Bain. So they'll have to caucus somebody in there. Yeah, too many. Yeah. It's actually rather surprising of like how big the sections are. I don't know. I mean, like, or even the townships. Me and Drew were talking about townships yesterday, and I was like, Wayne, there are 9 townships in Marion County. Wayne Township, which is the one I live in, has over 150,000 people in it. Like Marion County has like 900, just over 900,000 people. And I don't know. So anyway, I'm looking for a governor run. I don't think so. I don't think so, Larry. I don't think so. I think he's running again, though. And I'll tell you why. I'll explain why in a little bit. But I want to explain to you what the dynamic happened at the city county meeting, because I knew it was going to be fireworks. You had a lot of different organisms happening at the same time. You had this guy right here was screaming on the top of his lungs, and then this guy who works in for the city clapping like right behind him. And there are sheriffs on both sides of the wall, and they're waiting for somebody. I saw a guy get removed from it last year when those two women were at the front and accusing Thomas Carl Cook of inappropriate stuff. Oh yeah, because you guys have at large, don't you? County council and 9 city council. Oh, okay. I never understood the whole at large thing. I know my pause game's on point right now, Tommy. He looked like what was that movie with Jennifer Aniston and Jason Sudeikis, where like they have to go get like a bunch of money or something. Anyway, that's what that dude looked like. The kid. That's Mikey Hess. Is it really? Is that really his name? Anyway, he was screaming, he was booing him. And I looked to the side, I'm like, is he saying boo or boo earns? We are the Millers. Thank you. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you, Luke. Because he looked like, hold on. I think no. Okay. That's weird. Damn people. Anyway, it looked like the guy from We Are the Millers. Yeah, him. It looked like this dude right here. Wait, you guys are getting paid? So where is it? That happened. He got removed. And then there was some trans person that was screaming because every meeting starts with prayer. And he's like, what about separation of church and state? And it was a Democrat that was doing the prayer, by the way. Yeah, Adam Warlock. Yeah, exactly. And so I'm listening to so Joe Hogsett. He goes up there and he's talking. And this is what I'm noticing. I'm like, all right. First off, how much energy does he have? Is he talking about? He's like, under my administration, and he was not himself. I wouldn't say that he wasn't low energy, but he just wasn't locked in like he normally. He's like, he sounded like how I feel right now, apathetic and want to Samson option this entire fucking city. It's like, all right, let's just keep this going. Let's keep it moving. I honestly, Luke, I think that's what it was. I think he has sobered up and he isn't like his extra self. I don't know if he was on any kind of disco dust before with a little bit of whiskey or a little bit of clear drink, or I don't know. But I have gone to the last 2 budget meetings since 2024. Yeah. And he's usually like peppery. He's full of action. He's lively. Of course, his face is all red normally. He just sounded really tired and was not into it. Like, was not feeling it whatsoever. But anyway, come to find out, and that the budget's going up another 200. It's actually like 190. But here was where I was like, oh, this is where my head went. And let me explain to you why. He talked about 2 major things. One is he wants to build a state-of-the-art IMPD North District station. And I think it's for $12.5 million. I think that's what it was. And then he wants to build a new fire station, I think, too. If I remember right, that's what he said. 15 million. Oh no, it was a $15 million DPW facility. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? $15 million for what? And this is where it is in the proposal because they all got introduced. The cost of design, planning, construction, renovation, installation, and or equipping of all or portion of DPW operations facility, blah, 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 together with necessary apartments. But the IMPD station, he's like, I want it to be by city employees, built by city employees, owned by the city, and like a few other things too, which I thought was interesting. And I thought it was funny because I was like, wait a minute, didn't they just do the North District IMPD station? And I was like, no, I think that was Northwest because you remember Fabio actually owns that property. So I don't know where the North District one is. I didn't even know, to be honest with you, I didn't even know there was a North District. I thought it was Northwest and Northeast, but you learn things new every day. So then, yeah. And then, so Jesse Brown, he put out a proposition to remove 3 of the council appointed, I think it was either mayor appointed or council appointed MDC members, Metropolitan Development Commission members. And these are the people that help decide if a data center is going to go through or not. If spoiler alert, it failed. So the only people that voted yes on it was John Barth, both Browns, Jared Evans, McCormick, Nielsen, and Wells, which I thought was really interesting. That they have a winner, and everybody else voted no. I don't really care. I thought it was funny. It was good posturing by Jesse as usual. I was hoping he was going to wear that goofy ass tie that he was doing. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about? Or is it? Yeah, this one right here. He did a video, I think on Sunday, where he was like singing in the beginning of it. And so, I made this last night. I thought it was pretty good. So, all the proposal, if you guys don't know what procedure is, basically they talk about a few things at the beginning, and then I think it's the clerk reads off all of the proposals that will be introduced that will go into its respective committees, and that will take a while. Now, like 2 years ago, Josh Bain, it had a proposal to stop all that. It's like, dude, we will sit here for 10 to 15 minutes while they read literally every single freaking proposal that is being introduced. And that could take a while. So Josh Bain 2 years ago is like, can we just like combine them all? Like, why do we have to sit around for this crap? And Democrats were like, no, I think the audience or the people listening or people watching should listen to it. It's like, dude, that agenda is online. You can go and look it up. You think someone's going to like go down there and write it down? It's like, oh, that's proposal 158. What does this do? What does that mean? You think you're all going to write this down? No. Dude, in our modern time and our year of our Lord in 2026, everything is online. We can go find a PDF and read it and then make fun of it. He's responsible for the Washington. That's Michael Paul Hart, I think, Larry. Oh, I will show you, Ducky. I'm glad you said that. All right, so there was a lot of commotion going around, and I figured there was some negotiations going on for the wheel tax, how you're going to vote for it, how you're going to vote against it. Now, mind you, Josh Bain was not there because of the IURC. And so what ended up happening was these are all the people that voted that the Reds are the ones, or the Reds are the one who voted with Hogsett, who voted against the increase of the wheel and excise tax. Everybody in the green voted to raise their taxes. Now, this is what I keep reminding everybody. You guys all have to remember something right now, everybody that's in Marion County. Next year is re-elections. The city council and the mayor is up for re-election next year. Everybody that voted for it is going to win the re-election next year. I think you guys have to remember that. Because the Indianapolis GOP is run by freaking morons that are not looking for city councilors right now. They're not looking for people to contest the people that voted to increase the taxes. Now, it was interesting because while they were They went like back and forth for a little bit. Dan Boots and Frank Mascari were blaming the state and the Republicans and saying they made us do this. They're the ones who said if we have to get the $50 million grant, extra money, we have to put in $50 million instead of just giving it to us. And do you want to know why one of the biggest reason why this happened? Probably. Yeah, libertarians could save the day, but they're not. Here's what I thought that the one of the biggest things that nobody is talking about is last year in 2025, each city councilor got $1 million to do their own project could have been between DPW and the parks. And if you guys remember from that Mirror Indy article, apparently, allegedly, one of the city councilors basically had his road repaved or strip patched or whatever from his home to where he works at. That was from one of the Mirror Indy articles. Because I kept asking, what is everybody spending their money on? What's the $1 million? And it can't be like multiple projects. It has to be one project. So like my shitbag city councilor, Fiona McCormick, I could never figure out exactly what she spent the money on or what project she was having. In fact, I don't think there was anybody on there that had put it out publicly what they were spending the $1 million of our money, what they were using it on. So after that happened, they put in, there was a bill, I forgot which one it was, but Andy Nielsen spoke on it and was basically like, this $50 million is going to be really hard to get. And then Jim Pressel, who chairs the committee, yeah, always Brad. Jim Pressel, who chairs the committee, was talking about that. Oh man, I wish I could remember what bill it was. Pressel. Let's see if I can remember his name. Oh man, is it one L or two L's? That's what I'd like to know. Is it one L or two L's? But anyway, he talked about it in one of the committee meetings. I think it was like 1210 or something. I don't know. Should I try 1210? I'll give it a shot. No, it's not. So the state was like, wait a minute. We wanted to give you some money or help you out for the community matching grant, but then you each have $1 million and this is what you do with it. F you. We're going to put more restrictions on it because you constantly cry about how much money you guys need. And then we help you guys out with money. And this is what you do. Also, I think part of the bill is they had to have a risk assessment. Basically, like you can't pick and choose your roads anymore. It has to go by the worst first, which one would tell you, why weren't they doing that in the first place? Now, I don't know if this is true, and I'm not one for gossip slop, but I wouldn't doubt it. I heard come election time or around that election time, Hogsett would help pave black churches. They're 1.9 billion, but yeah. Like black church parking lots. They would help put blacktop on them and fix them up or like close to it. I heard that was the truth. I'm not sure if that's true, but I think we could all guess that I could believe it, basically. Oh, yeah. See, okay, maybe it was Ballard that did it. I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't be surprised if they all did it. Like, we all know how the political poison works. And to come election time, they're all going to be like, oh, man, thank you, Mr. Hogsett. I could really use that blacktop on my church right now. You know what's really funny about that, John, about the $1.9 billion budget? There are 2 city councilors right now that live with their parents. And one of them is like my age, and one of them is like 25. And I'm sure you can guess who I'm talking about. I think Nick Roberts lives with his grandma and grandpa. And then I won't say the other one. You can put it in the chat, though. But like these 2 people who who live with their parents are in charge of a $1.9 billion budget. On top of that, they're telling us that we have to pay more money for our wheel and excise tax. Thank you, John. I'm not going to say it. Allegedly, it's Jared Evans. All right, so they vote on it, and this is what happens. Now, I'm going to do a little screenshot so you can't hear anything, but pay attention right here. Everybody that's clapping around. You got Allie Brown that's clapping. You have Carlos Perkins. You have Renee Allen. You have Jesse Brown. You have Nick Roberts, by the way, who lives with his grandma and grandpa, who works part-time, I think, at the trustee's office in Lawrence. You know, Ron Gibson, who voted no, he's not clapping. It's funny because even Fiona McCormick, who voted to raise it, is not clapping. Kristen Jones does not appear to be clapping. Wells voted against it. And here's the worst part right here. Keith Graves, who lives in a district that is pretty poor, is shaking the hands with Andy Nielsen. This shitbag right here, Andy Nielsen, was the one that spearheaded it for all of you to raise your taxes. So all of you low income or fixed income people in Marion County, this is the guy right here, Andy Nielsen, that spearheaded to raise your wheel and excise tax. However, since he's in Irvington and Irvington is full of dopes, they'll be like, yes, daddy government, these were all the mask people. These were all the inject the poison into my vein people. These were all the government me harder daddy people with the ball and chain, with the gag. And they were all like, no, give it to me harder. Oh, what's that? You want to pin my ankles behind me, my head, lay me on a bed of nails, and government me harder with no lube? Oh, I will gladly do that. Thank you very much. Can I have another? And then you have dipshit Dan Boots right here. He's clapping too. And by the way, you had the people in the crowd, all of these DSA members, all of these data center moratorium people were like, oh, thanks for doing your job. And they're all clapping really hard. Like, you guys not own a car? These are got to be the Indigo people, right? That have no car. No, their only transportation is by the government. Maybe they ride an e-bike. All East Side assholes, most likely. So then, and you guys thought I was kidding. You see everybody in the crowd starting to clap too. This is from Mirror Indy. This is from Emily Hopkins. She was at the table. I'm all the way back here because I'm one of the people. All right. I'm not on the special kid table. All right. I am part of the common. Okay. I'm not in some elitist table. I'm with the people. The people are going to get totally cooked by this. Robert's kid is on his own, living in Turning Point dorms. No, he's got his own apartment. Sorry, Brad. He's got his own apartment. How you like that? He's not having Botticelli water right now. By the way, Greg Taylor was there. Right there. If you guys missed Greg Taylor, right there. And there's Bailey, I think. All these boomers were clapping. There's like, oh, yeah, that's right. Government me harder, daddy. You had John Barth clapping. There's Dan Boots clapping, saying, hey, guess what, common people? Guess what, plebs? Now you're going to have to pay more to government daddy because we don't know how to spend money properly. We would rather have the immigration attorneys. We would rather have the glow in dark sidewalks and a park that closes at dusk. We would rather waste your money instead of being better fiscal agents of it. No, thank you. We're going to pound you up your brown eye. The Brown Eye Bandits, a.k.a. the Indy Council. And look at Carlos Perkins laughing and clapping at the same time, saying, hey, I'm sorry, poor people, fixed income people, you're about to get hosed. Ha, ha, ha. Now, what's really funny about this whole thing is that Derek Cahill, he did some math on it. It was like, if I owned a Maserati, a 2018 Maserati, I'm actually benefiting from this because I would normally have to pay $107, and now I only have to pay $100 compared to someone who drives a 2005 Corolla having to pay $7 or $8, what it was. Tommy. Which ones you get, huh? Did you get the Pfizer? Pfizer bros. I didn't get anything. I'm jabbed. I'm a free ball and spirit. So then and you have like an 05 Corolla, you're paying like $7 or $8. Now, Ireland, though, he put up a he has a, I'm gonna put the link to this. Yeah, right here. Tax.Ireland for Indiana.com. I'm going to put this in the, can you put this in the main chat, John? I'm putting it in the private right now. I haven't used this for all, but anyway, so if you guys don't know, it's $100 flat tax for the most personal vehicles and $240 for, I think it's over anything over 11,000 pounds. Yeah, larger vehicles will be subject to $240 wheel tax. That's what's happening. So you can put what kind of car you have in there. Actually, let me do it right now. I got a 2017. I think I bought it for 25. Let me see. Yeah. See, I pay $750. I pay $750 right now for my car. Is that true? Dude, that's crazy. A 1,200% tax increase for me. That's bananas. Is that not just crazy right now? Yeah, go see how bad you're going to get your asshole puckered up. Yeah. Only if you're a resident. Only if you're a resident, right? Someone told me they pay like $40,000 a year in property taxes. But anyway, this is what I thought was really funny. So Michael Paul Hart had posted that video, right? And so this was 8:31. I see him post it, and I was like, fuck them, give them data centers. This was at 8:33. Around 8:44, they were having a vote on the data center moratorium, which really it's like up until December, which I don't think anything's going to be happening until December anyway. And Michael Paul Hart, he's the only person that votes against the moratorium. I'm pretty sure he was making eye contact with me, and I gave him a thumbs up. I'm like, that's hilarious. I don't know if you did that on purpose or if you saw that post that I made or reply, but that was hilarious. But then he's on Hammer and Nigel today, and he's like, yeah, it was something about development. I didn't care. I thought it was funny because the people in the audience were like, what? And my Paul Hart's like, he's like, whatever. What are you going to do? I thought it was pretty funny. But anyway, so Paul Hart, he talked about on Hammer and Nigel today of, hey, he has an actual fix to this whole thing without having to raise taxes. And he said it's 19 pages. The thing that Paul Hart does not understand is that he talks far too much. Get to the freaking point. Listen, we don't need a Harry Potter novel of all this stuff, what is happening right now, all right? We do not need a Dickens level black hole quantum theory explanation. Give me the meat and potatoes, okay? We pitter patter, okay? So basically what's happening is instead of charging drivers around $240 a year or $100 on wheel and excise tax, the city wants to use Paul Hart's idea is to use existing income tax money and future income tax growth to pay its share of the state roads program. They'd also use some existing money, budget savings, and the county supplemental income tax distribution, which I think happens during the spring. Your tax rates won't go up. The trade-off is that some money that could go off to other city spending. So, hey, we're going to take a little bit of money away from departments that we really don't need anyway, or that you're wasting too much paper on. I don't know. Which was really funny that Jesse Brown was like, oh, yeah, I something about using 300 pieces of paper for his agenda explanation. And it's like, wait a minute, aren't you like a green thumb tree hugging hippie? It's like, yeah, you're kind of a hypocrite, pal. But anyway, so where are we at with this right now? All of you guys in Indianapolis is this is what's going to be happening. Every meeting, every committee meeting. This is also the other reason why they put this moratorium, which is people are not talking about this. They have the budget right now. All right. They're not even they don't even care about the data center stuff right now. It's like, sure, we'll put it on pause until like November or December. We have to deal with the budget right now. We don't want any extra work if we can prevent it, because then the final adoption will be in October. So what's happening right now in August is that it's going through all of, where is it? Right here. All of it up until September. They will be having their respective committee meetings, and then October 19th will be the final vote. October 5th will be the public hearing. Now, this is where it gets a little bit of fun too. Exactly how much money they're going to be spending? So back in 2023, $1.45 billion right here is just like under $1.9 billion of 2027. I thought the property tax was crazy amount. 2023, they collected $437 million. Today, the $529 million. The income tax, 437, which is interesting because it's like very similar to the property tax, but $554 million today. Obviously, everything has seen an increase except their contributions and the investment earnings. So I'm not exactly sure why that got lowered. I don't know if that was like TIFs expiring or they're not putting their money in, but something I'm going to post on Twitter and Facebook tomorrow. Got that. Okay. One last thing before we go, boys and girls. I wanted to point this out. You do remember that one of the reasons why Andy Zay allegedly, anyway, got fired because he was giving gifts to people. Guess what that gift was? Zay said he did not use state funds to purchase personal gifts for IURC employees. In fact, he said he occasionally provided de minimis gifts to the IURC employees using his own personal funds by giving them what? $8 Starbucks gift cards on their birthday. They also have hurricanes. With respect to the allegation concerning the IURC meeting agenda, Zay did not direct any member. So this is like over 30 pages of the complaint. You probably, if you guys did not see it on Twitter and Facebook, I basically posted the timeline of what was going on. I read half of it and then I ran out of time because I had to go to the meeting yesterday. So the rest of it I put through ChatGPT and said, ChatGPT, tell me your secrets and give me a timeline of this, and which it did. So I went and double checked it. Overall, pretty good enough. We'll see what happens. Here's the most interesting part, I think. Look at all the subpoena, boys. Look at all the subpoenas. Hoo-hoo-hoo. This is going to be very expensive, not just for Andy Zay, but also the state. So also already they had to motion to leave to amend the filed. Yeah, the memorandum brief. Oh, cool. They got the brief. Yeah, and this is 15 pages. And so basically, overall, what they're saying is, Isaiah is saying, you guys weren't allowed to fire me this way. Hey, you couldn't do that. So what I want you to do is hold off from having Bane in there and then kicking Bane out and reinstalling me. Do you know how awkward that would be? Like, for real. And Bane, Braun would look super cucked if he did that. It's like, all right, hold on. All right, Andy Zay, I guess I'll have to put you in there. Hey, guess what? You didn't win the Tenderloin contest, but you can become IURC commissioner. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I imagine it's going to cost a shit ton of money. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, may or may not have a show on Saturday. I am going to the state fair on Saturday. We will find out. But and make sure you catch me on Rob Kendall on Thursday because I will be on talking about this. I'm going to be talking about the Libertarian Party, what happened of me getting kicked out of the chair position, not the party itself. Even though, listen. I'm gonna have to pull a Samson option on the GOP and the Libertarians. I don't have a choice. Listen, you guys made me. You guys made me do it. But anyway, you guys have a good night. Make sure you check out Mouthwash. That is next on the Chateau de Mills studio. Love you guys. Be me. Be good. Be awesome. Because I am, except for being kicked out of the Libertarian chair. Love you guys. Bye.